So the weekend turned out to be pretty optimistic. Bitcoin rallying above 105,000 on the assumption the US government will be back open. Well, it may even be back open right now as you're watching this video. We're going to talk in this particular video about what that could mean, what are the key things to watch out for, and what does it truly mean this week for the cryptocurrency market? So lots to break down, lots to get involved in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. So at the time of recording this video, the US government was not open, but optimism is definitely here with a slight adjustment to a funding bill for medical insurance. This could be coming through pretty soon. In fact, the Kobayashi letter here saying a short-term funding bill is expected to receive enough support to reopen the US government for January 31st. This measure will provide full-year funding for SNAP and Veteran Affairs. So basically, this bill will pass all the way through up until the end of January next year, when it will need to be revisited and adjusted. Now, obviously, markets have certainly reacted to this news, and there was even a new senator talking about his bill, and he said exactly this.
Reports that the government will be reopened tonight or tomorrow morning. And all I can say is it's about time.
So it definitely feels closer to being ended than it does to be started. I think this is an important measure. Now, also, we did actually close above the 50-week exponential moving average for Bitcoin. If you remember on my live streams all week, I've been talking about this level being critical this weekend to assign whether the bull market is still viable or whether the bear market is around the corner. And well, based on this metric right now, you would argue the bull market is very much still here. But today will be a critical day. For me, we need to continue that upward momentum throughout this week, looking for a break above 109,000 to confirm the potential then upside move to a new all-time high. So yes, we did defeat the bear market bears. However, we definitely aren't out of the woods just yet, and we need to watch this. You can see here Rec Capital giving us a very interesting view, specifically on that 50-week moving average, bouncing strongly over that. Great news to see. This is at the same time, by the way, the Fear and Greed Index still sitting at a very mediocre 22, given the potential upside around the corner. Think about it. If we get the government reopening and that 50-week held on the charts, this could actually start to push Fear and Greed up and push the price of Bitcoin in the broader market. Think about it. Fear and Greed at 22, price at 105. Those two things definitely feel like there's more fuel to get. And even Michael Saylor himself, once again, is buying more Bitcoin. The only thing I would say with this is it's become a little bit gimmicky. It doesn't push the price. It doesn't push the market. And people just kind of expect it now. He's bought so much Bitcoin so recently, it doesn't really affect the market. What does affect the market is when you get OG whales buying over $3.3 billion worth of Bitcoin in just the last 3 days. Do they know what's coming? Obviously not. However, they once again are stacking their bags for the potential upside that I think a lot of us believe we're going to see. Even that repo debt number is now down below $5 billion. And when you take a look at the volatility index for Bitcoin, it's as low as it's ever been. What does this tell us? Well, very much short-term price fluctuations are what we're managing right now. But the macro is, well, Bitcoin is just trending sideways. No big moves up, no big moves down. And in fairness, we've only had a couple of strong 20-22% moves. So again, this means that investors feel a little bit safer coming back into the market. People will be prepared to take a little bit of a further chance when it comes to risk on assets. And more importantly, especially if Donald Trump's going to give him a $2,000 stimulus check, this could once again be fuel to the fire, igniting the crypto market and pushing us higher. He announced the tweet there about tariffs and why that's important. It's a pretty smart move when you think about it. He's basically getting the American people to be like, hey, I want to keep tariffs. Why? Because I get a stimulus check whenever they're a benefit. But what happened the last time we saw these stimulus checks come in, or more importantly, we saw the US government open? Well, the two things are exactly the same. The market skyrocketed. Look at this from 2019 when the US government reopened. We saw a massive spike from over $3,500 on Bitcoin right up to nearly $13,000. You can see exactly the same whenever we see stimulus checks. Think about the move when we saw the pandemic come out and how high the crypto market boomed on the back of that. In fact, sending us into the craziest 2021 bull market cycle that we've ever seen before. Could history repeat itself? Well, there's a couple of things to keep your eye out for. The 200-day simple moving average to the 365-day simple moving average, the bull run support and consolidation range. The reality is we broke the 102,432 next price target, as I talked about right at the very start, 109,000 to break above, to show support, to go for a 110,289 retest. That for me indicates that all-time highs would probably only be a week away. So all in all, pretty optimistic to the end of this week that might not have felt it given where we were. But the big question, has the US government opened? Let me know in the comments right now. And say I'm recording this video before it has. And let's hope if it has, stimulus checks, and more importantly, bullish momentum going back to the market could see us once again rally to a $130, $135, maybe even a $150 price point for Bitcoin. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. Do check out the links if you want to get your favorite exchanges, as well as become a channel member where you get access to our Discord where we set trade alerts up, how we're trading the market, more importantly, brand new coins launching that you guys can get into early. It's about $8 a month. Totally worth it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.